This upcoming season for the Chicago Bulls, we have a lot of questions, but today we have to ask one question. Is the Chicago Bulls shooting the most glaring problem that they're going to have this upcoming season? We're also going to rank the most important players for this upcoming season, and we have a guest. Izzy knows hoops is in the building, so I got to hit her with a couple quick questions. But before we talk about it, break it all down. Y'all already know you gotta hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I am with my dog C-Dub. And we have a special guest in the building today.
Yes, sir.
From Chicago Bulls Roundtable, from the Chicago Sports Plug with my guy Big Mike and LB. We got Izzy in the house. What's going on, Izzy?
Super excited to be here, guys. Let's talk some ball. I'm hyped.
Let's do it. Let's do it. What's the word, man? You was talking real greasy early on the phone, bro. What's up?
You talking to me?
Your name C-Dub, ain't it?
So you don't want me to bring that up right now. You just let's wait to the end. You don't want them to think of this, think this of you before we get to the topics. Go ahead.
Center yourself on your camera a little more. For sure. But hey, man, we're gonna jump right into this. It's a lot of different things that we can ask about the Chicago Bulls, but I really wanted to focus on the shooting today. And Izzy, you're the guest here. We're gonna kick this thing off the right way and ask you the shooting. Is that the Bulls' most glaring issue heading into this upcoming season?
I do think so, but I think it's a little bit more nuanced than just, the shooting is an issue. I feel like spacing is also a really big issue because this is a very cramped floor that we've seen last season, and we're hopefully going to see a little bit more of the floor being stretched, but I'm definitely a little nervous based on last season because it definitely did not look good last season.
It did not.
For sure. How you feeling about the whole ordeal?
I see what Izzy is talking about with the cramming up with the floor and stuff from last season. But I'm gonna look forward into this season, and I'm gonna look at some of the percentages we got coming into next season. Norman Powell, we all know he's a great three-point shooter, 39%. Could you believe that Toby Awaka shot 42% from three last year in college? Jalen Sellers shot 45. Zach Collins, 42. Jalen Smith, 38. Josh Giddey shot his best percentage from the three-point line last season. Dalen Swain, okay. Montes Buzelis put forth more three-pointers last season. Not exactly a better three-point percentage, but I got faith in Montes Buzelis that he'll shoot a better percentage. And we could go down the line. Even Patrick Williams, throughout his career, in a lot of years, he shot over 40% from three. I do not think that spacing and three-point shooting will be a problem. Although it's not one of our strengths, I don't think it's going to be a problem. My main problem with this team will be experience and leadership. They're counting on Norman Powell to be the leader of this young group that we have. He's never had this job before, in my opinion. Who else you got on the roster that you can really depend on to be like, okay, everything's looking bad. Let's look to this guy for guidance. Is it going to be Nic Claxton? No. Is it going to be, who else do you got? Zach Collins? I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be one of the young guys, maybe a Josh Giddey or Montes Buzelis. Let's just see what happens. But I do think experience and leadership will be the number one problem for this Bulls team.
For sure. I agree. I think both of those are really good takes. Me, I look at the Chicago Bulls, and I was going to go on, my soliloquy on the side of what Izzy was talking about with the spacing aspect of it all, because I think that's definitely going to be something. Remember early on in the offseason, I brought about, hey, how can Jalen Smith open things up for the Chicago Bulls with his ability to shoot the 3-point ball versus a guy like Nic Claxton. We know he's not going to shoot many threes. I think he only shot like 6 threes in his career or something like that. Is very, very low if I have that number wrong. But I also look at the shooting as being something that could potentially be good for the Chicago Bulls. CW mapped out those percentages. And I just want to add on to it and kind of reiterate it with Matis. Him shooting 35% with 6 attempts, impressive. Josh Giddey, 5 attempts a game, 36%. Norman Powell with 7 attempts going 37% from that 3-point line. You round up, you get your 38. But I also have a few questions, but I want to ask Izzy. In that starting lineup, we seen Caleb Wilson display some really good 3-point shooting in Summer League. However, the numbers could be a bit skewed a little bit because while Caleb Wilson shot well in the first game going 7-11, then in game 2 he went 3 of 8, but the last 2 games was not really the strongest, going 2 for 6 and then 1 for 6 from the 3-point line. What, you were there at Summer League, Izzy? Talking to guys, chopping it up. What is your confidence level that Caleb Wilson can go out there and help this Chicago Bulls team from the 3-point line?
I'm really excited about him. Since seeing him at the Combine, seeing him at Summer League, I'm a very big fan of his. And I think people very oftentimes get kind of weird about, performances in Summer League because they see these first appearances of these guys like on an NBA stage. They're like, oh my gosh, this is a bust, or this is going to be the best player of all time. It's not really that black and white. Like, it is kind of more of an exhibition and more of a chance to see like, okay, this is how they're playing with these younger guys on the Summer League team. But that all notwithstanding, I'm really excited to see how he plays. I'm upset that his college career was kind of a little bit hijacked by an injury, but I'm really excited to see how he can play with this Bulls team. He's been getting, like, I don't remember exactly, but maybe like 1,000 shots up was like the number.
Yeah, there's 1,000 shots.
That's a lot. Like,
that's a lot of shots.
That's a ton.
What are you telling us?
You can tell that he's motivated. You can tell that he's locked in and he wants to change this Bulls team, and hopefully he's going to impact how their shooting is, because if you're getting that many shots up and based on what we've seen, just a little glimpse at Summer League, I think he's going to do really well. I hope he's going to do really well. Crossing my fingers.
For sure. So, C-Dub, we talked about Matsu, we talked about Norman Powell and Giddey. Where's your confidence level on Caleb Wilson with the 3-point shot?
I think it deserves to be high of what I've seen from Caleb Wilson. We heard the naysayers before NBA Summer League and even before the draft. Man, super athlete. He's just an incredible defender, but the shooting, he needs to work on that. And what does a guy like Caleb Wilson does? He goes into the first game and hits 7 out of 11 from 3. Even though you can add those 2 for 6 and that 1 for 6 in those last 2 games, he still shot over 40% from 3-point range. And it wasn't like he was just shooting wide open, catch and shoot threes. This guy was shooting off the dribble, coming off curls. He looked like a shooter. So I'm going to believe what I've seen with my own 2 eyes, even though it was Summer League. I did think that Caleb Wilson used Summer League to show you guys that he had this in his bag. And I'm going to believe him when he said the North Carolina coach did not ask him to be out there on the 3-point line and to be shooting threes. He only shot like 7, or he only made 7 or something like that. So I'm going to believe the kid, and I'm not going to believe the pundits. I'm going to believe the kid.
For sure. I want to give you guys this tidbit. We're going to see what you guys think about it, because I have this thought that the Chicago Bulls don't necessarily need to be chucking up a bunch of threes.
No.
We watched in Billy Donovan's system, and actually the Chicago Bulls were top 10 in attempts, but actually 19th in percentage of made threes. You know what I'm saying? They went from 10 in attempts to 19th in completion. You know what I'm saying? Percentage. Football term. Sorry, guys. Hey, but you also look at Tiago's team. His team was 3rd in attempts, but 28th in 3-pointers made, bro.
Wow.
But the caveat is they were 2nd in offensive rebounds, so that means that they had a lot of second chance points that they were able to accumulate. Izzy, hearing all that, how does that make you feel about all this discussion about the shooting?
I am a really big fan of Tiago Splitter, honestly. I think that he's going to bring a good, breath of fresh air to this team. No shade to Billy Donovan. I just did not like him very much.
Hit him with the whole tree.
Hey, but no
Fuck the
shade.
Hit him with the tree.
Okay, so full shade. Billy Donovan, I was not a fan. I was not fond. And I really like Tiago Splitter. I like his philosophy that he's bringing. I think he's great. So those numbers might be a little concerning, but I don't think, all past performances are going to be indicative. Like we talk about Summer League. That's not going to be indicative of how the rest of this season goes. So for the first time in a while, I'm pretty optimistic.
For sure. You heard all them numbers. I went analytical guy on you. How you feeling about hearing all that?
I think it's an easy answer. I think different personnel. When you looked at that Portland team, they had a lot of great young talent, but I wouldn't necessarily they had like a gang of shooters. I don't even think this Chicago Bulls team has a gang of shooters, but they have better shooters than the Portland Trailblazers had.
Okay.
Maybe you find a middle ground in between there. Maybe you don't want to be third ranked shooting threes, chucking up them threes, especially with this youthful team like this. Even though I'm saying this, I know they're going to go out there and chuck a lot of threes because they're young. They're going to go out there and they're going to chuck the fucking threes. You got to find a middle ground, and that's entirely up to my man Tiago. I think he has the goods to see this plan all the way through and get us in a good strategy when it comes to playing offense and getting guys room to operate and kicking out the shooters. I don't know if it's going to be the drive and kick that Billy Donovan usually goes to. I don't even think it's going to be the offense that he ran in Portland because it's not the same personnel. So it's going to be entirely up to Tiago and what he relays down to the guys. We'll see what he relays.
I agree with that last point because he already said one thing that I'm interested in before we move on to the next topic is that he want to see Matas Buzelis on ball created in the pick and roll. That's going to be interesting. Just to see if Matas and Caleb Wilson in the pick and roll, Izzy, what does that say to you?
Goodness, danger.
I think it's danger. I think it's looking hopefully like a pretty dynamic duo. Like we've already seen that they're like becoming very good friends off the court, which I love. I feel like that's great for the chemistry building. And when you're, friends off the court, hopefully that'll make you even more in tune with each other when you're on the court. Like I feel like hopefully they could be locked in like this. So
absolutely.
I'm excited.
For sure. C-Dub, you want to add on to that before we move on?
I think she's absolutely right. That is my dream for the future of this team. If these two guys can form a symmetry in the likes of Mike and Scotty. I know they're not going to be big as, I'm not saying they're going to be good as those two guys, but I like the symmetry, especially back in the 90s. They don't have the same symmetry now, of course. They kind of hate it. Scotty hates them. But Mike, you know what I'm saying? It ain't Mike, it's Scotty. But back in the day, they had a really good symmetry. I hope they can get that. If they can get that with the talent that these two guys possess, my God, look out.
For sure. Enough said with that one. Now we're going to move along, man. We are going to now rank the Bulls' most important players. I threw it out there to Izzy. It was pretty much, hey, if you have a top three, give us your top three. If you have a top five, give us your top five. And make it funky, Izzy. We get funky over here. We get funky over here.
Make it a little spicy.
You already know. But
I don't know.
Leading us off. You leading us off. Let's go.
So I prepared a ranking beforehand. I don't know if it's going to be spicy. Like I hope it's definitely going to make sense. And I feel like probably people will agree, but it's not like a hot take. I don't think people are going to like yell at me.
For sure.
Which, sometimes you do a little discourse, but maybe not right
keep calm. Jay Capone, lock your wheelchair. We good, brother.
Bro, if you don't...
Keep a cool booty. We good.
Okay. So I think number one has got to be Josh Giddey. I think that he needs to be the engine of this team as the playmaker, as the point guard. And the team is going to look really different depending on what version of Josh Giddey we get, what kind of leap he makes in this year. Because this is his fourth season?
Third season with the Bulls, I think.
Third season with the Bulls.
Mhm.
And I feel like he can like lean into creating for everyone else. I feel like that's a big thing. You know, we talked about leadership. Obviously, Josh Giddey's not going to be like the veteran leader, you know, type of player. We have Norman Powell for that. But I feel like in terms of making plays and being able to like be that floor general, I think that role is going to go towards Josh Giddey. And second, I am going to say Modest Buzelis. I think that we need to see him take a bigger leap. You know, we've seen him take we've seen him make very big moves, you know, in his rookie season, his sophomore season. I just need to see him do more. Like, he's obviously very talented, but I need to see more consistency, better shooting, more physicality, stuff, you know, kind of along those lines. But a leap from him is definitely going to be necessary. And then at third, I think I'm going to go Caleb Wilson, just because, you know, the Bulls selected him for a reason. You don't select someone at number 4 if you think, oh, they're just maybe going to help us. No, like, they selected him because they want him to change and impact this franchise tremendously. So I think he does have maybe the potential to be like the highest upside player on this roster, just because of how young he is and the talent we've seen him display so far. So yeah, that's the 3. I do have 4 and 5, but for 4th,
throw him out there if you want. Let's get it.
Okay, for 4th, I have Norman Powell, just because like he is that veteran stabilizer. I feel like he's going to do really well in terms of like having that leadership role. He's also like, I think he's probably the best shooter on this team now that they've acquired him. So I'm excited to see how he can impact that, because we know we're not very good with shooting on this team. And then Nic Claxton, because like he is that defensive center position. We need one. I feel like in the past, our center has kind of been like not so hot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I need to see more from the center position. Sure. And I'm happy that they acquired him. I know a lot of people were like, they could have been a better move. They could have gone after someone else, but I think that he's going to integrate really nicely with this team. So I'm
absolutely
excited.
that's a good 5.
My 5.
Uncle Dub.
That's a good 5. All right, Uncle Dub. Hey, look, check it out. At number 1, I'm actually going to have a 1A and a 1B, and I'm calling it the Twins. And we're going to start with 1A, and that is Montes. Can he take another step? In that rookie season, we seen that athleticism and some of that talent. In his second year, he had to show us that jump shot. In his third year, he gonna show us his strength. And y'all seen him lift that 225 pounds? Y'all see my boy Montes? Hey, 1B, Caleb. Everyone expects him to be the franchise player. Beginning day 1, it seems like. All that pressure. So my note is, can he handle that pressure? And I think that he can. This kid is a psycho. And I love psychos on my basketball team. So that's 1A and 1B. At number 2, it's going to be Josh Giddey. And for Josh Giddey, I got, can he QB this unit into the future? Can he be the quarterback for the future? Because he got the talent. I think this year will be his highest assist totals of his career.
Ooh.
But does the Bulls want him past 2028, 2030? It's going to probably depend on this play this season. Okay. So I'm going to go on to the next. Nic Claxton.
I thought you was going to say Nick.
You know, that's why I said that. That's why I said it like that. That's why I said it like that. You were very catchy there. That was good. Can you steady the 5 position? I think our 5 position has been, Nick Vooch, my Lord. Nick Richards, oh my goodness, no.
A lot of Nicks in there.
There's a lot of Nicks. And here come another Nick.
3
Nic
for 15,
Claxton. Here come another Nick. And then I only had 4. This is my last one. And this is not a diss. I swear this is not a diss. Yes, at number 4, Dalen Swain. Are you a professional? Because what I seen in a summer league, even though they gave you some shit that you ain't normally used to, they gave you a lot of ball responsibilities, you didn't look like a professional. You shot 3 for 31, 0 for 7 from 3-point range. You had high turnovers and all type of shit. Can you play professional ball? I think that he can. But let's see what he does when the training camp and preseason come. Top 4. Can't beat that, nephew. Don't even try to. Fuck.
Come on, man. You always hating. I got a top 3. I got a top 3, and this is how I'm looking at it. Y'all know me. I try to get in the bag and I try to dive deep into something. Last week with Guilty, I had this whole warehouse theme, with the top 5. I went with Josh Giddey and all these operational supervisors and leads and forklift drivers. This week, I'm believing and I'm giving my most in 3 players, not based on who I believe will be the best players by the end of the season. But if these 3 guys do their job, we'll get the most out of Montes Buzelis. We'll get the most out of Caleb Wilson. At number 1, Josh Giddey.
Okay.
Can you be the floor general that we need you to be? Can you still hit that 3-point shot at a respectable clip? Can you set things up? Can you at least be competent on the defensive side of the ball to where you can funnel everything to that front court? If Montes coming off the weak side, to where if Caleb Wilson coming off the weak side, or if Nic Claxton is just right there to help you and block some of those shots or to change some of those shots and layups. So I got Josh Giddey at number 1. At number 2, I have Norman Powell. What Izzy call him? The stabilizer. That's what I've been calling him as well. This is the guy that I'm going to say is important because we need to show veteran leadership. When offensive possessions get a little shaky, when we have offensive droughts in scoring, can you get in the ear of others or take over for others to help us steer this ship back in the right direction? And can you not necessarily be the lead guy to where you're going back into an all-star, but ensure that the main thing is the main thing with the 2 guys who we believe is going to take this franchise forward? And now this one might knock y'all off y'all seat. I was thinking of a team aspect. So off the bench, Jalen Smith is an important piece. Hear me out.
Talk to me.
Last year, 37% shooting from the 3, 10 points per game, 7 rebounds a game. And I also think when you talk schematics, that he could be a constant for you. We know Trey Jones is a high IQ basketball player that's going to give you hard defense, going to spread the ball out and give you his 14 points. But can Jalen Smith, in let's say a small ball setting, because they're just going to be matchup dependent, can he help space that floor to give more opportunities to Caleb Wilson and allow Montes Buzelis to go off the dribble? Can you hit that 3-point shot to where Caleb Wilson can probably get some work in the post? So I got my 3 right there, man. I threw a little wrinkle in there. Both of y'all eyes got big, but hey, it's all good.
No. I like what you went right there. That was actually good. Did you think you said coming off the bench. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see what you're trying to say.
Everything as a team aspect thing. We already know the importance of Montes and Caleb. So I wanted to throw my own little wrinkle. Izzy, what are your thoughts on what me and C-Dub said here?
I like it. I especially like the point about Dalen Swain because, the majority of my job, like when I go do interviews, is like interviewing young players. Like when I was at the combine, that's all I was doing. Summer league is the same thing. I just think Dalen Swain was really nervous, and that's why a lot of people were really critical of him because obviously performance not so hot. Everyone was kind of like, oh, shoot, did we mess up during the draft? But I really kind of going back to that, like I just think he was nervous. Like it's a very large and pressure-filled stage your first time at Summer League. So I really think Dalen Swain can be good. And I like the aspect about Jalen Smith. I really do. I like him a lot. Earlier, like in the offseason, I was like, oh, maybe they'll trade him now that they have, Nic Claxton. They just signed Zach Collins. But I think that he's a versatile player because he can play the 4 and the 5. So I like Jalen Smith. I like his personality too. Like that's the guy that I like.
So is there something during Summer League that Dalen Swain said to you? Hold on. First question is just real short. Did you interview him before the game started to be played or after the game started to be played?
So I actually interviewed him at the Summer League training camp. And basically he told me, I asked him like what were the biggest, that was the second day of the summer league training camp. I asked him what were the biggest takeaways that he had. And he told me, you know, just basically the amount of talent that they had on the roster. And I was like, okay, yeah, there was a lot of depth on that roster, a lot of like two-way guys that we got to see, like Tobe Awaka, Donovan Atwell, even though he's going back to college, but still. But yeah, so I talked to him at the combine also, but at summer league, it was very hard to get him like for an interview because Bulls reporters they're like very loyal, and it was hard at summer league for sure. The players were getting swarmed.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that kid that he's going to be. I watched him in his Texas games. He led his team in 4 statistical categories. He showed so many skill sets that just oozes professional, but you can't look past that performance in that summer league. You cannot look past it. If you go to the NBA pros, you're going to be playing with players that are better than you and on the same level as you. You're gonna have to get over that Dalen Swain. We're gonna have to get over that fast. I ain't playing because that kid is really good in Texas. I cannot take it if he's come on.
Facts for sure. But all right, man. C-Dub, you want to chime in before we move on, or you good?
No, I'm good.
I bet we're gonna move on to the last part of this episode. We're gonna do some Bulls quick questions. The last few weeks we've been having our guests on. I've been hitting with some, I feel like, some really good quick questions. You give me your first thought, and then hey, C-Dub chimes in and give his thoughts as well, and we keep this thing rolling. Izzy,
let's go.
Rob Dillingham, Noah Essengay, Dalen Swain. Who will play more minutes this season?
Wow, you nasty little mother. That was nasty. Go ahead, Izzy. That was nasty.
Oh my God, you guys are funny. I think Dillingham for sure. I do, because I mean, like, we have these 2 rookies. We obviously know out of these 2 rookies, Caleb Wilson is going to be playing more. Essengay, I think he's going to start with the G League because he had to relearn how to play basketball. Summer league. Speaking of poor summer league performances, no shade to him. No shade to him. Shade to Billy Donovan.
Yeah, that's where it deserved to be.
I've had the pleasure of interviewing him. He's a very nice kid. But yeah, I think Dillingham for sure.
Who you got?
Oh, that's a great one. But
I got Robbie Rob.
I know what you said. I know what you said. It was really nasty. I'm going with Dalen Swain. And I'm only doing that because I'm trying to motivate him. I ain't acting like he watching this shit. But I hope that he does well. And with his skill set that he presented in college, that could be a very valuable asset for the season. So I hope it's Dalen Swain.
For sure. I like both of you guys' selection. Me,
go and take Noah. Go on, take him.
This is the reason I'm gonna tell you why I can't take Noah. I can't ignore him being benched in summer league. I can't ignore.
That is crazy work.
Can he be really good on defense? I believe he can.
Absolutely.
But I can't ignore him being benched in summer leegue. I can't ignore it. I don't think his career is over. I don't think he might have you might have some opportunity. I think the Bulls might lean heavily on Dalen Swain, though.
There you go, nephew.
I ain't gonna lie. Even though I think I'm one of those Bulls fans who believe Rob Dillingham has something. Let's make that clear. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some Bulls fans, they're completely off of Rob, and that's fine. That's their opinion. But I'm a guy that believes that he might have an opportunity if he can hone in on some of those things we seen at the latter part of the season before it was over. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I ain't mad at Robbie Rob neither, bro.
All right. We moving on to the next one.
Come on, don't be so nasty this one. Come on.
I was just going to say.
No, that was nasty work. Come on.
All right. To start the season, the Bulls' first 10 games, Izzy. Toronto, Milwaukee, Washington, Boston 2 times, Knicks 2 times, 76ers 2 times. And over here, we got to put it on wax. After the first 10 games, the Chicago Bulls record will be what?
Can you say the teams again? I'm sorry, I forgot. I
We
looked
have
at the
Toronto,
Toronto,
Milwaukee,
Mhm.
Washington,
Mhm.
Boston 2 times, Knicks 2 times, Sixers 2 times in the first 10 games.
That's a nasty schedule.
They was like, yeah, we know y'all young, but fuck all that. You getting a nice spanking. This man.
Okay, so I think definitely, I feel like the Knicks and 76ers, those are both losses. Like I can't even really be optimistic about that. Like that's we're not
Yes,
winning.
absolutely.
We're not winning those. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go. I think either 3-7 or 4-6.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sure.
And I'm gonna go. It can be 3-7 or 4-6 as well. I'm gonna go with 4-6. I think we can win the first 2, and I think that we can beat New York one time. I think we could beat them one time. I think we can. But then the next win, I'm just hoping and praying. So 3-7 or 4-6, one of those.
That's why I had it with both of you guys at 4-6. Toronto, Milwaukee, Washington, those are beatable teams. Boston is the biggest question mark, in my opinion, especially coming off of last season. We're watching Jaylen Brown lead them to the playoffs. Now it's Jason Tatum's turn, per se, quote unquote. We'll see with that. I just think, man, we gotta steal a couple of them.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be optimistic. I really want to say 8-2, but we know that's not reality.
Can we add that they young and dumb? So when young and dumb teams get out there, they start hitting 3-point shots. They might beat somebody they had no business beating because you're young and you don't know no better. You don't know no better.
That's why I went 4-6. They're gonna get one of they might get one of them wins between Boston and the Knicks and the 76ers, because the 76ers, I think they're gonna have to play some games before they really gel. The problem is they got Joel Embiid always work out the Bulls, and LeBron too. So it's just one of those things. But maybe we could steal some with them trying to figure out their chemistry. So we'll see.
Maybe they'll shock us. It'll be 10-0.
Ain't no way. I hope
For
so.
real.
I'm begging. I'm not fucking 10-0 would be good with me.
We got some 5-5s in there. We got some 2-8s in there. Hey, definitely some wishful thinking. For real. For real. We go see what's up, man. It's definitely crazy. Man. But hey, C-Dub, you want to throw any more questions at Izzy? Those was my 2 that I had for today.
No, I just want to give us some compliments. I've been seeing what you've been doing on social media. You've been killing it. Keep it up. I just keep doing your thing. I'm a fan, man. Keep doing your damn thing, man. I hope you could come back. You better come back, Izzy.
If you guys will have me, I would love to come back. This is a lot of fun. You guys are so funny.
Thank you.
Hey, that's what we try to do, man. We try to have a lot of fun. That we can't come up with a monotone. That's never been the way of Bobby or C-Dub, even from on his porch talking crazy. So you already know. For real.
Awesome.
V-Dog has a question for Izzy. Izzy, from what you know, is there anybody else they're going after? The Bulls are going after besides Benedict Mathurin?
Not that I've seen, honestly. Like, I feel like since the season is coming closer, they kind of have solidified for the most part what they want, what they have. Have you guys seen anything? Other than Mathurin, I really haven't.
I haven't seen anything. I just seen that multiple reporters are trying to tell the Bulls to pivot from Benedict Mathurin to Peyton Watson.
I have seen that. Yeah.
Those are.
I don't even think that's a good idea. Like,
my take on it all is just go through your evaluation period and wait.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on to your draft capital. Hold on to your 15 spot. See what you got. See who can elevate their game. And wait and see. You still got. I think there's an opportunity for guys to raise their trade value, and maybe you can take advantage of some opportunities down the line. That may be some guys that's disgruntled at their current locations. You know what I'm saying? That they move to a team now. So I think it's just best to just say this is what we're going into the season with. Izzy, what you say to that?
I agree completely because it's like, why would you rush into something if you haven't even seen this team really gel together or play a single game together other than like practice game, like a scrimmage?
Yeah. And what about the shorties? What about Dalen Swain? What about the minutes? Ben, you bring Ben in here, he has to play. What about Dalen? Come on now.
We'll get about 3 seconds.
Yes. Come on now.
I'm gonna echo this with Rocco. He said during a live game, Izzy, you need to see C-Dub going crazy. He do live calls crazy, over here. It be going crazy.
Y'all so crazy, bro.
I have to. Sign me up.
Check me out.
Be cracking for sure. So they say, are you a full-time reporter or do you cover the NBA as a whole?
So I cover the NBA as a whole also. I'm still in school. I'm a junior now. So when I'm back at school, I do sideline reporting for Florida men's basketball. So that takes up a lot of time. And then when I'm in New York, I also beat report for the Brooklyn Nets.
That's dope.
Yeah. But
Shout out to Izzy.
Thank you. I do content kind of about like more general NBA now, like especially as the off season comes to a close. So kind of everything.
For sure. We're going to run through a couple more and then we're going to get up out of here. C-Dub, Rob Dillingham, take on him in playing time.
I like Rob Dillingham.
Didn't we tell you to pump the brakes?
I love Rob Dillingham, even though, you know what I'm saying, it's a bad narrative on him. It's a lot of people who saying he's a bust. He can't play. I don't see how they can look at him play at the end of last season and say he can't play. He can dribble the ball. He's surprisingly athletic. You do have to work on his shooting. He got to work on his defense, but he's still a young kid. He's still learning how to play the game of basketball. So he still got a lot of tools, bro.
For sure. Them Chicago streets, Izzy, we know about it.
Jeremy, you be still. When we got company, you act right, Jeremy. Act right.
Any take you want to give on Rob Dillingham before we get up out of here, Izzy?
Yeah, I'm optimistic about him because he's 21. He's very, very young and he has a lot of upside. And I feel like a lot of the time when you get traded into a team, like especially the team like the Bulls, that was really not ideal when he
right. I don't think so either, yeah.
You're not going to be able to shine the way that you want. Even like if we talk about Nic Claxton, I said earlier, he was like his talent was kind of overshadowed because the Nets were just so bad.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of the same thing with Dillingham. He has a lot of room to grow. And I think this season, especially, we're going to be able to see a lot of good stuff from him. So I'm a fan. I like him.
Absolutely.
For sure. I'm going to just say this for the last time, and I'm going to be done for saying it for some time. Man, I wish Ayo Dosunmu was on this team.
I
wish he was on this team. Ayo. He would have been the perfect guy off the bench for this team.
You want to talk about leadership? You want to talk about leadership, bro? There's the leader right there. Ayo fucking Dosunmu, bro.
Yeah. But hey, I wish him well. He went off in the playoffs. He experiencing some winning. And you know what I'm saying? Got his bag.
Nephew, we didn't get a first round pick for Ayo Dosunmu.
It wasn't Bryson, It wasn't Bryson.
I know. I would never forgive AK for this, ever.
No.
Ever.
That's when he's gone. He's exiled. I don't think he's even allowed in the city of Chicago anymore.
He's not allowed across state lines. We don't care if you're coming from Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, or Wisconsin. Don't come.
Nowhere in the Midwest. He's got I don't know where he is, but he not in Chicago, not in Illinois.
For sure. But hey, man, that is it for today's episode. Izzy, let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on, I use X the most, Instagram and TikTok at Izzy Knows Hoops.
W Izzy in the damn chat. She killed it.
For sure.
Awesome. Let's go.
She's also a part of Chicago Bulls Roundtable and Chicago Sports Plug with my guy Big Mike and LB, killing it over there. And more work from her on the way. You already know it's more work from us. C-Dub, what you got before we get up out of here?
Hey, make sure y'all go and support Izzy or whatever she's doing. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Y'all tweaking. And we're going to see y'all on the next one. Season is on the way. Here we go, baby.
We getting through it, man. Shout out to y'all for showing support, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all always see red. And y'all already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace.
Cognac. Gang.